Hello, Mr. Vijendra Babu. Welcome to DC Conversations.
Thank you.
Before we actually get into talking about the industry as such, could you just tell us about yourself?
My name is Vijendra Babu. I'm a first generation entrepreneur. I'm a mechanical engineer. Started my career with the corporates. I was with BPL, I was with TVS Group and Continental. Before came out and started this company in 2005. When I started, it was not in toys. So I started in in India, everything starts with automotive, consumer electronics, electrical like that. So that's how I started as well. It's like as an entrepreneur, you climb one step at a time. So it's just brick by brick.
Yeah.
In 2015, 2016 is when I saw the opportunity in toys with the global brands. And that's how we got into contract manufacturing of toys for the global brands and the retailers. So today we are the largest contract manufacturers and exporters of toys in the country. So maybe about 65% of the country's exports we cater to. We don't have our own brand, so my answers would be in and around contract manufacturing, scalability of toys in the real way, since I
Mm.
don't have my own brand. So it's
Yeah.
it's about manufacturing for the brands and the retailers. So as I said, today we are the largest in the country with 5 plants in and around Bangalore,
Mm.
uh, with end-to-end solution in the contract manufacturing of toys, right from ideation to shipment. We go through all the manufacturing process, ideation, prototype, tooling, the entire manufacturing, whether it's injection molding, rotation molding, blow molding. So we offer mechanical toys, electronic toys, plush dolls, as you get from the retail shop, with all the compliances and everything under one roof.
Mm.
So 5 plants covering 1 million square foot of manufacturing space, about 2,000 plus people working, and our USP being 65% of them are women workforce.
How do you think the Indian toy industry is growing, and what are the key drivers of this growth?
That's what I said. The difference between here is the domestic toy manufacturing as the brands, and then we in the contract manufacturing for exports. Okay, so the export opportunities are different when compared to the domestic brand opportunities here. Definitely, we see a huge potential in toy exports because today the geopolitical situations everywhere, and there are a lot of opportunity for customers to look at an alternate solution to the Chinas and Vietnams and Indonesias of the world, and that
Yeah.
is where India comes in a big way. And thanks to some of the government-friendly policies, we have QCOs, we have 70% duty on the import. So the customers are also looking at India as a potential market for them. Considering our population and considering our capability to the buy toys today or spend money today. So the customers are looking at China plus one opportunity, and that is where we see a huge potential for growth in toys. The drivers, obviously, if you really see the rising disposable income in India, which is also a key factor. But I would still say the per capita consumption of toys in India is compared to the international standard. Probably we are on an average dollar versus an international standard of $300. So it's always a growing market in India. That is why the customers also see a big potential in India, which is rising in the metros and B towns and everywhere. The second shift, I could say, the driving force being the shift to educational and STEM toys, which is becoming very, very popular. And also the e-commerce boom, the digitization and the e-commerce boom, which is also, it's one of the main key drivers. And also the government of India push to make in India for the world. Okay, so there's, I would say these are the main key factors for the possibility of key expansion for toy manufacturing out of India.
Do you think, the ongoing global trade tensions like US-China tariff war has impacted the Indian toy industry in some way?
It's, because still we have time till July 9th to see what exactly is our duty implication, because so
Yeah.
far it was zero. Earlier it was zero, and now we are at 10% regime. Hopefully it stays from July 9th. That's the hope, that we stay at 10%. And the China is at 55%. And what see now the shift which has happened. in the last 8-10 months to a year or so is customers are also thinking that it's always better to diversify their manufacturing base out of China, because all these years, if you really see the all eggs in one basket kind of a story, that China used to cater to almost 80% requirements. And see, the customers are also looking at place out of China. Obviously, they went to Vietnam, and now and Vietnam is, considering the size of the country, it is also getting saturated. And now the customers have looked at Indonesia, and Cambodia are becoming a strong destination. But considering the manufacturing ecosystem what we have in India, and obviously we see the toys being a very labor-intensive industry, one of the strong reasons is the labor cost in India are cheaper, definitely. So this presents a very in India becoming a alternate destination for customers to look at manufacturing out of India for their requirements.
How do you think we can compete with the likes of China and Vietnam, who have seen huge success in that industry?
I think it's a tough question, because if you really see in India, there are almost like maybe over 5,000 manufacturers, but these are all small, micro, very fragmented kind of domestic players. The players who really contribute for exports and really, what I should say, meet the export requirements are very handful out of this 5,000 players. Probably not even 10 or 15, I would say. The reason being is the entry barriers for exports. When you said competition with China and Vietnam, it is not only with the pricing. Okay, of course, as much as customers are looking at India as an alternate destination, every customer starts with the price. And it's always a challenge to meet China and Vietnam's when it comes to the pricing, because one is their ecosystem. They're a very matured ecosystem. For us, the challenges being, one is the compliances what is required to meet the export standards. Even though we are able to meet with the pricing, but then there's the quality compliance, the ethical compliance, the chemical compliance, your ability to scale up to the requirements, because toys is a very seasonal product. The most of the global requirements, we call it as fall and spring season. The fall being October to January, where it all starts with Thanksgiving, Halloween, the Christmas, and the New Year.
Yeah.
So for us, the huge production cycle starts from April to September, and then that means you should be able to put millions of toys for the global requirement into the shelf by September, October. So the ability to scale, meeting all the standards, ability to develop toys at that speed, and then for us, as I said, the ecosystem in China is very matured, and unfortunately we still depend on China for electronics import. Some of the materials in plush and the fabrics which are not available in India. There are certain, when it goes to exports, there are certain approved materials. We cannot go out of those approved materials. So some of those are still dependent on imports. Okay, those are the challenges in addition to toys, in addition to the pricing, which is Vietnam's and Indonesia's of the world. It's being only the same China players have set up shops in Vietnam's and Indonesia. It is not those Vietnamese per se or the Indonesians per se. So for India, the challenges are these, that one is the price competency, which they come with because of their, the matured ecosystems and the other supports probably which they get from their government. And for us, on top of the pricing, presents all these challenges: the scalability, available of technical people in India, it is, our dependency on import for some of the key products. So we have to overcome these, and then the strong compliances which are required to be, for you to qualify to export to US and Europe and those kind of places. There's a lot of strong compliances which are required. So these are the challenges the Indian manufacturers have to overcome to be able to, really scale up and be in a position to, export to the global markets.
So, what are key trends that are shaping the toy manufacturing industry in India? I mean, and even globally.
Trends? You mean the kind of the toys you're talking about? The toy trends you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. One is the world is getting into electronics in a big way. Electronic toys, the AI-based toys. Electronics is becoming one of the key factors, and the STEM, even the STEM toys and educational toys are all going electronic. Okay, so for us, we need to be and then AI-based toys, all about learning, the education and learning toys. Those are the for the kids today who are used to the cell phones and the gadgets. For them, a mechanical toy is not that much more, what I should say, pulling them into buying those toys. But there are obviously toys which also has some strong mechanical elements which the kids love. But the world is changing towards kid adults, which is becoming a major toy sector. All these days it was kids toys, but then kid adult is a very growing segment. Even the adults require the toys to get out of the gadgets and then to be able to embrace those kind of toys. So I would say the electronics, the STEM and educational toys, and kid adults. Those are the action figures, which is always a I would say anytime fashionable toy for the kids and adults to use. So these are some of the, I would say, the trends which is coming up in the global markets.
How do you navigate IP protection when working with multiple global clients?
We are IP compliant company. Just to tell you, the global brands have recognized us as an IP compliant company. But again, to be IP compliant starts with what I should say. Even we work with the global brands. We run a very transparent company for the customers to come inside and see what kind of products we are doing. So we have a very strong NDA signed with the customers. So we right from the ideation, the development, there's a lot of procedures which are put in place by the customers. There's a lot of third-party audits. There's a lot of audits by the customer team themselves, whether it is the IP team, the quality team, the development teams. So there's a lot of procedures set in place. Even a drawing or even data cannot be just shared on just an emails and WhatsApps for us. Okay, so there's a lot of a different platform provided to us through which we can only send it to that particular team, that particular customer, and the exchanges are very confidential. Till the product is right from the ideation to tooling to the line setups. If you come to factory and then see the lines, there's a lot of even the design team has to for separate customers. The design teams have to sit in their respective places, monitored by cameras, monitored by the exchanges. What takes place. We just cannot send it on WhatsApp. We cannot use any social media platforms. We cannot use the regular emails. There's a lot of procedures to be followed. That's what I said when it comes to exports to such global brands and retailers. Everything is controlled. Everything's are regulated. So we need to follow all these practices, and even the audit process for us to be able to say we are an IP compliant company goes through a lot of procedures and process to be put in place. Only then you are an IP compliant company. And so we are also very mindful of that we are working on certain designs for those customers where till it is launched and in the market, no way it can be leaked out. And if the customers find out that some of these are available in then we lose the opportunity to work with the customers. So as a team, we are very mindful of those requirements and the terms and conditions signed with the customers, and we follow all the practices which is set by the customers to ensure that all the process are followed, and the product till it is launched, it is all well protected. The informations are well protected.
Thank you so much. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you.